All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Houston Oilers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. If that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky.
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? A huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And now out comes Houston. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Gone!
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Forced out to his left. And it's a fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake.
Lucky 56.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Detroit!
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Over! Watch two. Let's go.
Back to throw here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down to about the 22 here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Gone!
Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Buying time to his left. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Lamar Jackson.
Ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the hometown guys with a football here to begin this second quarter of play. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
And they'll go on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Gun!
Out of the gun now on third down. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On second down, Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up.
Now, that's a pretty play right there, and what I'm thankful for is it wasn't me in that situation, because one of the toughest things about defending the deep ball is not panicking. Because the longer you run with a receiver, you're trying to figure out, am I close to him? Can I make a play on the football? Will I be there when the ball actually arrives, what we call the moment of truth? And in this case, the defender did not panic, stayed right with it, and batted it away.
Now Jackson to throw on third down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way down. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They give him a gain of 38.
Watch him now, Barney.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He's going to take a shot for the... And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now Jackson on second down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preach, it's coach, it's thought about.
And now out comes Houston. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Looking to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19! Gone!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson steps away to his left. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Going to throw again. Being chased out left. Past the 20. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. They come out here in the end, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
This will be fielded at the 8. And now out comes Houston. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. The gap's getting wider there. The Saints have scored again. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure